Alright, hopefully the stream will not give out this time. Second time is the charm, right? Alright. Now it's telling me to use a different bitrate, even though I literally just ended my stream to fix the bitrate they asked me to use. That's crazy. Alright, should be fine. Huh. Alright. What were we looking at before I left? IWM. We saw it close one candle, or we saw it hit the level, then we saw it close above. Now we're seeing it hold above. So right now we're just looking to see, does IWM hold this open from the other day? SPY is at a spot where it looks good for early shorts to get in, for easy risk reward. So if it pops a new high, you're out. But at the same time, if it does pop a new high, it does have reasoning to try to go towards that gap fill potentially. I'm not going to say it can, but it could definitely try. So you might want to look for a move towards that. Hey, what's up, Eric? Yeah, we're back, man. What's up, Carter? What's up, Chuck? We're all back. We're good. We're good. Thank you, guys. He said, and thank goodness we are trying to make breakfast without Bueller. My ear is stressful. LOL, just kidding. I have my alert set before I cook. Legend. A true trader. His wife walks in. Honey, what's that? Oh, that's just my trading alerts. Got a whole screen of them ready to go. Alright, well, good post so far. I saw a lot of y'all's posts the other day, too. Those were good. I've been pretty happy with the post in chat lately. It's like everyone's posting plays, but nobody's posting a signal, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? And that's exactly what I want. I don't want people posting, hey, man, this is what I'm getting in right here, right now, at this exact second, this exact contract. Like, I don't want to see that. Learn that on your own. Let people trade, damn. Give people some room. And I expect the same of you. You know, I expect you guys to give yourself some room. Somebody wants to bring noise to the chat or bring noise to your routine or agenda, and it's just going to throw you off. You're going to not be prepared, or you're going to be thinking about other stuff. Like, it just happened to me today. I wasn't even worried about, like, the market at all. You know, and then you go check a chart, and then you're like, oh, and then you either take an opportunity and you lose, or you don't take one and you miss out on a win. And either or, those are both wrong. You shouldn't be looking to trade just to trade. Let me trade, exactly. What's up, fool? How you doing, man? Hey, Bueller. It's funny, actually, how many times people will say Buller instead of Bueller. Like, there's like bearish, bullish. They'll be like Buller. B-U-L-L-E-R. Yo, what's going on, Alexis? You're tired, fool? Yeah, I'm a little tired too. I only slept a few hours. What's going on, Alexis? How you doing, man? What are you currently looking at? If you guys want to look at swing trading stuff, we can. Just let me know what tickers you want to look at. If you guys want, we can maybe go over the stuff I posted yesterday. We can go over some reviews, and then we'll try to like get context on what we're at. And then, yeah, then we'll come back and we'll see what they do. What did Ulta do? Y'all kept saying, wow, what? Oh my god. What? Oh my lord. Imagine buying the dip on that and waking up and seeing this. Whoa. That's crazy. Okay, here it is. So the other day, or other night I should say, it was literally almost 11 my time. He says, watch out for TSM. I was like, alright, bet. Let's see why he likes it. Just instantly seeing that we're an inside bar on that chart. So let's go see what that chart's done today. Looks like I did not add them to the bottom left. I also want to delete Baba. I don't want to have that on there now. So what's TSM doing? Oh, we don't need to look at the daily. We need to go to the 5-minute. So we get a lower open under the inside bar level, or outer of the inside. They close back over. They retake the day, or sorry, previous day close, and the top of the inside bar at 141, and almost perfectly to the cent made it to 142.96. That looks really nice. So yeah, probably impossible to actually catch, but pretty cool to just go back and review and just see how the levels worked, because you could see it wasn't actually impossible, but you know what I mean. And then what were the other ones? I said it's my fault for posting here, but these are on Watch 2 with posted charts for anybody. So I was just posting a few like Delta Airlines. We had a nice hammer into a retest of support and an uptrend, so it probably will get a nice bounce. If not, though, we can look for fails under 46. We ended up getting a really cool setup here on UPS. Actually, it's funny, I posted this on this day, and then this day happened. It kind of made it look like, oh, Bueller doesn't know what he's talking about. It was an outside bar. And then we get another slightly higher open, and it pumps right into the resistance of 151. So kind of keeping this area in question of like, all right, well, hold up. Are bulls going to just send it from here? Do they want to base out some more? So kind of watching that as well. CLF, another one's kind of like DAL, where it's just kind of a tapped out chart where it's hit a good resistance and just kind of looking like a good short-term pullback. But you can't sit here and deny that once it does get here and holds, it probably will start pumping again because it's in a pretty strong uptrend. And whoops, I clicked off. We had Costco. I was saying I like Costco a lot just because it, again, looks like it really wants to break that 709. We'll go back and back test that one. And then Eli Lilly, honestly, this one kind of blew my mind. This is a pretty strong setup here where you get a really good reversal. They end up getting their impulse move. A really strong candle comes in. And then as they're rejecting the 9 and 21 EMA at the same time, which are two just good short-term EMAs, as well as the level right here, as well as the old fib low, it actually ended up pumping today. So we'll go back and look at that one as well. But that should be most of them. So let me go back and look at through those real quick. Which most of those are down here. Which one was the one that pumped? Eli Lilly. So here's the one that I thought was actually going to reject to give us a good move down after seeing one more rejection, but we're not. We're getting actually a really good pump right into the same resistance that failed once. So that's cool looking. Costco was the one that fell really hard. This was looking good as it honestly just looks like a normal H pattern. People call them bear flags, but I don't like to call them that. But an H pattern is very strong because it looks just like an H. You got your drop. You get your reversal, and it's just a big H. But basically, it's just continuation. So we'll see if they hold under 709. If so, and break under 700s, they probably are going down to that next zone underneath, which would kind of suck for that chart, but whatever. We move on with whatever the chart shows. And then CLF, this was looking, like I said, this is another one that just looks good for short-term pullback. If it gets a pump, you really can't sit here and deny it because it's in a pretty strong uptrend. It's probably just going to keep spiking up until we see otherwise. UPS did get an increased move, and they finally hit 151. So it looks like most of our ideas did work out pretty well. We just didn't really take any risk on anything. Delta Airlines still looking good for a drawback, but again, it's in such a nice uptrend that you can't deny that. So we're going to wait for more information on that one. We already clicked TSM. I feel like I'm missing one. Did I miss one? I don't remember. Alright, we'll go back here and we'll look at SPY. We'll check out IWM. IWM is back at the retest spot, so this is a good time for good risk-reward trades. If it fails under 205.50, 205.70s though, not a good sign for the bulls. I keep seeing this comment in chat that everything's moving too slow, not enough finds. Move on from SPY then. Don't stare at SPY. There are things moving right now. It's actually crazy how that one held pretty well against recent lows. Now that we're seeing a nice massive pump off those lows. I didn't change a single thing in my stream settings, and it's acting like the stream is like a completely different stream. This is so weird. Ulta Big Fall, yeah. Vibing on the sidelines right now. Liked Home Depot, but it didn't move the way I wanted to move on to the next one. Focusing on Tesla and SPY at the moment. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same seat as you with Eli Lilly. I was a little surprised that one went the other way. Damn, Home Depot, what are you doing? Nice with Tesla on the daily chart. Let's go back to that. Yeah, ignore the big yellow X. I was just going over, you know how I am. I like to draw while talking. But I was just going over that if you are looking for a retest, you want to look for a hold of this inside bar, because after this inside bar was a bullish move, right? You got a really good bullish reaction. Retest, push up, retest. Might be seeing a push up, who knows? But this is a good spot to be looking for longs. Until proven otherwise, of course. We see a dip, you know, you can't deny that. Or at least don't want to deny that. Pan W. Yeah, I guess I don't have it on this list. I must have not added it. Let's add it though. I should already have it charted. Let's see what I have first, and then we'll update anything I need to update. So I think last time we talked about this. No, I did not chart this. Okay, so let's delete this and let's start over. So I like to just show you where I'm getting everything, so you yourself can't be like, well, where'd you get this? Well, I don't have that. So let's add our monthly emerging candles. And normally I don't do this, but just because we have so many large areas here, let's go ahead and add our halfway points. So I'm just going from emerging candle to emerging candle with the fib. And it looks like I'm doing some fancy trick, but I'm not. I'm literally just adding a level that equals the halfway point of this range between this level and this level. It's just math. But this is just a quick, efficient way of drawing them, so I don't have to look or think. I'm taking my sweet time drawing them because I'm OCD, and I really like to get the exact level, or at least close to it. Here we go. So now we can go to the daily. I didn't have to go that far, I guess. And I like to start on the recent rally. So, like, if this is where we just rallied from, then I'm going to chart from here. So, let's start from here, I guess. So, we started rallying from up to here, came back down, low to the high of the last red candle before the rally back up. Edit properties, add a year to it so you don't have to extend it to the right super hard. And you'll see they actually just rejected a really good resistance. They tried holding it as support, but you can see this is what the change in sentiment does. Like, you're on a bullish chart, right? You're reaching support. They're not going to perfectly hold it, right, every single time. They actually end up using this and the level by itself just to try to hold, right? And they just cannot get anything going here. They cannot produce a new high. You can see a good low was made, a good higher low was made, but no new high was ever made, right? They end up failing under this area, and then from this point on, they end up giving a really good exit plan out towards the downside, right? So now it looks like they want to just fade towards 260s. You can delete these lines, by the way. I just draw that for visual aid. But it looks like if you end up, again, just like we do on the smaller time frames, we just exited this area, we caught a buyer here. Like, let's say this is where it gets caught up at. Where should you be looking for a midterm retest? Between 276.44 and 278.06. So you can look for a midterm retest between here. You can look for a full retest here. Of course, if it doesn't just keep dumping. Of course, you would want it to just keep dumping if you're a short position right now. But those would be two areas I would personally look for. Plus, you got to remember this isn't an uptrend. This has been basing, so it's not like it's just like a chart that's free falling. Excuse me. What's up, Jack? How you doing, man? And ever since reaching this supply spot, or Apple has definitely taken a slowdown, which isn't a bad thing. Mentally could be better. I think that's all of us too. It's definitely me. Definitely could be mentally better. Nike, SMCI, AMD. I keep coming back to Spy, and I don't know why. I need to move on from this heartbreak. How's the music, by the way? Is it too loud or too quiet, or is it fine? Now that we finally got the stream settings correct. We're at 4 green bars now. We ain't lagging. That's good. I don't know what the hell that was earlier. I just know I looked into the YouTube stream. I see like 5 of you guys comment the same thing, where it was like, "Wow, is it just me, or is the stream crap?" And I like look, I'm like, "Oh no, the stream's crap. It's lagging." It's chill. It's perfect. Okay, good. I really never know when to tell, because on my headphones, like my headphones are really loud, and I can hear them from here, and it's like, wait, is this blasting their eardrums? But thank you guys for being here. If there's anything you guys want to go over or just kind of workshop over, this is kind of the perfect time to do those kind of things. If you guys want to go over something individually, or you guys want me to go over trade reviews or something, like, this is the time to go over some stuff. This is not the time to be staring at Spy. So basically all I've posted is that this looks good for shorts, but if you get a good hold over 521, that's not a good sign for shorts. It's a very good sign for bulls, so that can lead to more pump, of course. And then the only other thing I kind of liked was IWM, which we've gone over that a little bit more extensively in here. But basically, as long as it's holding this area here, remove this. What is this even coming from? Yeah, delete that. Delete that. That's all worthless now. Keep that, keep that. Yeah, I'd like to stay. So essentially, you're looking for them to just try to hold this area here. So we got a couple ideas out there, but nothing crazy. UNH. All right, we can look at UNH. UNH was one I posted a few days ago. Must have been on my other watch list, because it's not even right here. Even though it should be. Yeah, here it is. I was going to say. I think my whole thought process was just how cool this looked. I know that sounds weird, but it hit support and then it rallied back up and it held this as support for the most part. Nice higher lows too. I mean, it held a really good basing above here. And then of course it sends it back down to the bottom of the chart, and now we have a hammer. So in my days, I personally don't like to take trades like this, where this move just happened, because yeah, it's like, logically thinking, I think we should both be on the same page, where it's like, well, this is probably going to go up, but not instantly. They're not going to make it obvious. And UNH is one of those ones where sometimes they do make it obvious. So there is that chance where they do just send it right back up to this. We see a little bit of a retest, some basing or something. You know, just literally anything would be nice. But we need more info to go off of things, as well as earnings is right around the corner, so we're going to have to watch out for that. mRNA. Alright, looks like nobody has anything that they actually want to cover, so we'll just go back to SPY. We'll look at some just charts randomly. Moderna. My bad, I don't know why you clicked off that so quickly. Also, recently I've been doing this. I've just been going back to deleting pretty much every chart except the one that matters. So this one, it looks like I drew a high to this low, and I was looking for rejection of this area, which it did happen, and now the hold of that has happened. So honestly, right now, we should probably be looking for longs on the Moderna chart, or a possible lower high retest, for a possible lower high retest, until we get more info, because that's all we have right now. Is that we're either getting a lower high right here or here to hold us in range. But I will agree with you. I like this chart a lot. You've been doing a great job calling it out up and down too. I notice it coils a lot. It likes to build up pressure, then it likes to launch, and it's kind of doing the same thing here. Now, it's not always going up. Sometimes it launches down too. But really, really good coiling. Like, this thing loves to consolidate and then give a powerful move. Consolidate, give a powerful move. Consolidate, give a powerful move. And those are going to sometimes always be some of your best pattern trading charts. So if you're good at pattern recognition, if you're good at just looking for those kinds of things, you should have a great time on this chart, is what I'm saying. But guys, thank you so much for being here. Definitely be sure to drop a like on today's stream. We had one up earlier and it was kind of messing with us a little bit. I restarted it, changed literally 2 settings that I don't think even do anything. And here we are, excellent connection, doing great. But good morning, everybody. 2 puts, both losing, and 2 long green SPX. Oh, that was my neck. That felt good. What was loud? What happened? Oh, my neck. I was like, dude, you had me freaking out. I'm not gonna lie. I was looking around my audio and I was like, damn, is there something really loud playing? Never mind though. I just wanted to come in here and say hi and that I hope everyone is having a good day and kills it. I'm done for the day and will be attending life now. I love to hear that, Valdora. Go take control of your freedom, man. Hope you enjoy your day, for real. It's all thanks to you. That's another great thing about this community is like when you sit in here. Hold up, let me give some retrospect though. Let me give some comparison. When you sit in another community, and I'm not saying every community is like this. I'm sure there's great ones out there, but for the most part, if you go to another community and you post your gains or you post how well you're doing, like you're not just posting like to your friends in there. Like those people will take that and go post it over and over and over again. I personally try not to do that much because I find that it actually leads to like toxic behavior. People look for attention more than they do looking for a better trade after time goes on. It's kind of toxic, but that's another great thing about our chat though. When you do good in here, I'm not going to ever take any of your recognition or your progression away from you. Like, I'm never once going to be like, you only know this because of me, because of silly old me, you're only knowing this stuff. Like, no, that's stupid. That would be so ignorant to say to somebody. For you guys to understand what you're trading, like, you have to go through it all yourself, you know? I can't sit here and do it for you. So, that's another great thing about this community is that when you actually do progress, it's actual progression. It's actually something you can hold on to forever. These are things you're going to remember. These are things you've learned, right? And that's a great thing because now you have something to actually have for yourself. You know, if you go out here and you take a trade and you're like, oh, I took the BB system, I did this, I did this, I did that, I made 30%. Like, okay, you might have done those things and followed the strategy, but you yourself are the reason you made that 30%. You're the reason. You can't really, I mean, you could give credit to other people as much as you want, but you are the entire reason you got that trade off. And that's a powerful feeling. It can lead to taking more amazing trades just because you yourself have given yourself confidence finally. Not just through randomness, not through luck, not through a lotto, not through making a lot of money randomly, but through process, through routine, and that's going to stick with you forever. Sounds good, Mel. Do not feed the seagulls, exactly. Eric said, wait. Are you saying I should be accountable for my trades, not you? What? I don't even mean it like that. I mean, yes, that is true, but I really mean, like, out of, like, a progression thing. Like, you know, every time you, like, do something and it feels like it took you forever to work your ass off to get there, and then it's like you find more stuff to work on quicker than you could be proud of the things you just progressed on. Like, it's good to just know that, like, all right, everything I've learned was because of me. You know, you could say the BB system was helpful. You could say the chat is helpful. But it's just really nice to know that, like, something you've earned is yours, you know? And I think that's an awesome feeling, because, like, you go to other chats and it's like, oh, you only know this because of me. You're taking this because of my strat. It's like, bro, you're literally pissing on the person who just progressed. Can we maybe not do that? And if you're going to do that, can you at least give them a little bit of time? I don't know. I find that very toxic. But in my chat, I like that most people are trying to aim towards that direction of accountability, like Eric just said, for good and for the bad. You know, I want you to guys take accountability for your mistakes, but I also want you to take accountability for what you are doing correct. Don't just beat yourself up. Give yourself credit as well, but in the right time, in the right place. Just because you made a green trade doesn't mean it was a good trade. Just because you made a red trade doesn't mean it was a bad trade. So it's good to make sure you're reviewing that stuff more in depth, not just looking at the outside surface stuff. And yeah, guys, definitely drop a like on today's stream. We started a little bit late because of all the news that came out, so I'm just happy to be here afterwards. If you guys want to go over anything, let me know what you guys want to go over. We can go over the day trading entry types. We can go over the swing trading entries. We can go over things you can do to progress towards different things. Like if you want to progress in day trading, we can go over a couple things. If you want to progress in swing trading, we can go over a couple small things that can maybe lead you into taking a better routine every day for it. Stop losses, risk reward, anything you guys want to go over, just ask. But please keep it in the realm of, like, what we actually cover in here. You're not going to ask me how do Bollinger Bands work, because I'm not gonna know. I don't use them. I am so confused these days. I need more practice just reading charts and trying to determine what is happening next. I agree, and a lot of the time, someone like you, fool, someone might be confused or don't know where they are or where to look. It's really just context, and that's why I try to talk in that order of operations method so much. No, yeah, I got you. In hindsight, you see it because you review it, because you've looked at this stuff, you understand what you're looking for, and that really is what you pretty much answered your own thing. And I know you probably know that yourself, and it might be annoying to hear, but you're right though. You do just need more time looking at this stuff, more practice. It's not really like you're not doing anything right or wrong. It's that you literally just need more. You need more data to go off of, more reps. So that one's like more of a time consuming thing. I wouldn't really say, oh, do this and next thing you know you'll be rich. Like, there's not like a simple trick to like fix that. Like, no, just looking at the stuff more, but try to think about it in the right way too, fool. Are you using order of operations? Are you thinking about that from today's open context conversation that we go over so much in here? You know, I wouldn't go to this chart and be like, oh, well, it's up, we're bullish. No, I'd say, well, the other day we had a gap down. Here's the fib of that, of course, blah blah blah. We made some higher lows after resting, after making new lows. We're kind of working off of that today. We made a really nice pump from, so it's not really fair for you to, that's another thing too. Too many of you guys beat yourself up for like not reading price action, but then I go look at what day you're beating yourself up over, and it's a news day, and I'm like, well, there's not much to cover here. You know, you're struggling because price action is very volatile. Why is it volatile? Because there's news. Why is there news? It's just like, it's a never-ending circle of chaos, really. So that's another thing, is like, you guys really got to stop beating yourself up when the conditions are not right. Like today, I slept in. Leland slept in. Why is that? Because there was news today. We don't do that a whole lot, but it's just like that. We know that there's not going to be as much favorable trading conditions, so it's not really fair for myself to be mad at myself for like, oh, I shouldn't have taken that swing trade. It just went up a bunch off of news. You know, that hurt me so much. No, I shouldn't have been in that trade to begin with. So that's another thing. And thank you, Lisa. She said order of operations is so helpful. Full, but I would genuinely try to think about doing things in the right order, if that makes sense. Like the order of operations speaks. And then thinking about that every time you open a chart, which I'm not saying you don't, but I know it helps, because if you're looking at things and all you did was look at this, it might be annoying. But then you're like, oh, well, this happened here, and then, oh, this happened here. Like, you're giving yourself more context. You're giving yourself more information on what is possible moving next, for future, potential opportunities. I'm not going to be like, you got to trade every single move. Peace B, what's up, Misi? What are your thoughts on swinging stocks at all-time highs? Really love CAT, and it's in a strong uptrend, but I haven't played it because there's no telling when it could slow down. Well, my big thing, and this has always been my really big thing, is regardless of being at all-time highs or all-time lows, you want to find that base, right? So when we're looking at lows, we're looking at a low and then a higher low of that impulse move, and then over that impulse move, this one, looking for a good move. So vice versa against resistance, right? So we want to see this, we want to see some sort of lower high, and then a break of that base right there. And then, of course, if it makes new lows, that's awesome too, because, like, we're looking for it to reject. But let's go see what you're looking at on Cat Misi. I think I did just rechart this just because, yeah, I did, because you were asking. Now, personally, Misi, when I look for, yeah, actually, I guess my answer was correct. I would look for what I was just about to say. So you kind of have it here. You have this rally, slow down. They make a little bit of a struggle here, right? They even close a little bit under that high. They recover, and they make new highs. So it almost eliminates what could have been a double top here. And I saw it happen here as well. It's just not time to short them yet. That is such a strong uptrend. You are not kidding. This is what confuses people the most, too. Like on SPY right now, people are like, shouldn't we be coming down? Like, everything sucks. And they're not wrong. I mean, market conditions aren't very favorable, but that doesn't mean we have to come down just because we think we should slow down, and that's why these charts do so well, is the sentiment changing. It'll do this thing where it makes people think like, all right, that's the high over a couple weeks. Sometimes it's just a couple days, but for the most part, it will be a couple weeks of time. You'll see them either building base or rejecting and making new lows. And in this case, you can see they're building base, holding, building base, holding, and every time popping a new high. It's almost like they're just like faking people out to get in short, and they're just ripping it right through up. Because again, it's an uptrend. So personally, from here on out, I would try to see from this high to this candle's open. Sorry, I don't use trend lines a whole lot. Highlight that. I would look from that high to that open of that candle to see where do they hold. Right now they're over it, so they just are bullish. There's nothing really else to cover. Look like they have good continuation towards 375, 376s. But what I would look for, if they do slow down here, like you were looking for, is if they do pull back, do they hold this or not? And if so, then that's just a good short-term breakdown. If they break that, it's a good short-term breakdown. Same thing here, so you can take it step by step, even if it's not going to go down again. I need to make a checklist and staple it to my forehead. Hell yeah, you do. Hell yes, you do. Like a big thing, like for day trading, Fool, especially for intraday, and don't even think about it as day trading. I hate talking like that because it makes you think like, oh, everything I look at has to be as if I'm taking a trade on it. No, don't think like that. Don't think like everything that you're looking at should be taken as a trade. Something that's very helpful is like the from current day open. So like just start from here. Like, are we above today's open? You are? Okay, we're more bullish than we are bearish. Where's previous day close? Where's previous day open? Where's previous day high? Where's previous day low? Look for just those basic levels. And let's say we're over 5 of them, but I'm under 1 of them. But under that one, there's a lot of room, right? Then that means, okay, we're probably a lot more bullish than bearish. I just need to head towards that last level and see, do we have enough energy, I guess is what I should say, to make it to that level that's so much farther. No problem, EC. That was an awesome ticker that you found, and a great question too, because I know some people struggle with just looking at that stuff. Like, it can be very hard to look at that chart and be like, all right, I'm not gonna take a trade. Like, it's very easy and very simple for anyone to click on those charts and be like, all right, let's get into puts, or all right, let's get into calls. Like, that's too easy. Anybody can do that, and we're not like that. We're gonna be able to break things down and say, you know what, I like it here for longs if it does this. I like it here for this if it does it. Actually planning something out, not just on the fly moving around. Definitely don't want to do that. And great job, Misi, in the Lifetime chat as well, just in the Discord overall. Lately, she's been posting tons and tons of just tickers that are on watch. You know, whether it's something she's looking to actively trade or something she's just looking to actively watch and maybe learn from and review. I mean, either or. That's a great impact. And also, thank you for sharing that within the chat. Might help other people too. Make sure to share the stream around. I'm not going to be surprised if we get less viewers today, just because, one, we started it later, and two, it's more of a news day, so I don't blame people for wanting to not focus on the market. Definitely understand. Ooh, B Ferg, what a great response by him on the trade floor, answering people in the chat. He said, or someone said, feel like it could pull back from the highs. B Ferg said, I do too, but need a signal. Most of my worst trades start with the feeling. I am no longer trusting my feelings enough to put my money on them. I like that. Instead of putting your money on your emotions, you're putting it on things you've tested, you've tried, you've trialed and errored. That's always going to be a lot better. I saw your response too, Full. That was a good one. Alright, we got the Fed in what? 15, 16 minutes? Everybody remember that. We have the Fed in 15 to 16 minutes. Eric said, fool. Unless you look at a mirror while trading, I am not sure that will work. Staple it to your forehead and you can't see. What if he staples it backwards so like the words are facing him? And then he just like has it flipped. What if it's like that? He still has to see it. Misi said, literally just straddling the Monday, Tuesday gap, golden pocket. Not forehead, yeah. Is risky to reward... Wait, is risk to... Oh, my bad, you're asking about risk reward. Is risk reward based on the price of the options and where it could go? I mean, that is a way of doing it, but... What's a good vague way of breaking down risk reward? Risk reward is something you can determine in multiple ways. And with multiple strategies, people use different ways of getting to that. So some people might be like, oh, well, if my stop loss is at 520, right? And they're like, but my target is 522. That's a 2-to-1 because I'm here and there, and this is my target's 2 times farther than where my stop loss is. Like, that's a vague way of looking at it. How we use risk reward in here, we don't really have it to where you're calculating like a number out. You can, of course, but we don't. But we go off levels. So like, if like right now in my chat, I'm talking about in premium, I'm saying I like the risk for shorts here. Basically, you can get into shorts as long as we aren't over 521. I like that we're under this next psychological number, right? So we like shorts here, but the risk reward is tight because our stop loss is very tight. So this is how we set risk reward. But I don't want to give you this antsy, trendy wanderer and give you one answer and then you think that's what risk reward is, because it is different per system. Like if somebody, I don't know, I don't even know how to explain that with other systems because I don't use other systems, but other strategies set up their risk reward a little bit differently. So I don't want you to think like this is the only way everyone does it. Like I don't want you to think that. So it's all about how you set it based on your strategy. And with our strategy, we set it based on our levels. Like if I'm taking, like today's a horrible example to be honest, because it's news. I don't want to be like, well, you should know to do this because news, blah blah blah. But just, let's try to find something like right here. Like when we opened under and then we closed back above this level. Let's say you were like, well, I think this is going to do really good because we're back above the level that we just lost this morning. They end up closing back over it. They end up holding over the next level. So it's just about like finding where you like to take your risk and then understanding like, okay, well, if it loses where I just liked it, if it loses this area, I should probably cut that because logically speaking, that invalidates what I thought was bullish, right? So if it invalidates what I thought was bullish, then I should probably cut that. Should I flip bearish? No, because you don't want to flip sides too much. We don't want to double dip. But we want to be aware of where our idea or where our trade invalidates, and that's how we use risk reward in here. So yes, you can calculate it out to a number. You can use it with how you asked as well, but it just really depends on what your system is and how you feel. What are you comfortable with? You know, what have you gone over the most? That's really what it is. But yeah, risk reward is definitely a little skewed nowadays because of how many strategies exist and all the different popular traders promoting different things that don't really make much sense. When is the Fed speaking? 10 minutes. Also, if you're in Discord chat, my boy Eric's been posting these times all morning. He even goes into the trade floor and kindly reminds everybody. Reminder of today's Fed speaker lineup and times. So we got one at noon, 10 minutes after that, and an hour after that. But the big boy speaks in 20 minutes. Unless this is in Central Time, then I have no idea. Now, Eric wouldn't lie to me. Eric wouldn't lie. But, guys, I'm not joking. Please abuse daily updates. My boy Eric has been posting a lot of amazing updates. I don't know how many of y'all use them, but I know I for sure use them. Sorry guys, I was typing a bunch because I posted I'm tired of talking. I'm just gonna bring it up on the screen. So I posted 2 ideas this morning. I posted a good spot, risking the high of day. Long risk reward on IWM. I like this a lot at the time. It's now breaking under the 205.50. Here's me updating it. Here's me posting Tesla in between. Spy short idea working a little bit better. And then here's the stop loss that if anybody was taking this, it would be hitting right now, because again, it's not holding the short-term spot we like. So I have to give it a couple more minutes to see what's up, but right now it looks like it wants to crack back down. Both of them do, honestly. IWM and SPY. Oops. The scale out is important until the news fit. Damn, Eric, I'm just not seeing these trades. Or this latest one. Or, I guess, 2 of the latest ones. You know what I meant. God, it's crazy how quick Ryan, you, and Sinful were on that Houston Texans news, because my friends have been blowing up this chat we're all in, talking about the whole time, like even before y'all messaged in there. My one friend posted it before the official news was even out, because there was like speculate posts, and he posted one of those and was like, look, we could do this, and then it happened. Yeah, I'm pretty excited, honestly. I'm happy about that. Gonna actually be a decent team. Like, it's sad. That was like our best season as a franchise probably last year, on paper at least. And that's sad because that was a rookie quarterback, and we were still technically supposed to be rebuilding more. But now it actually looks like it's going to be looking a lot better. The defense is insane. Got Stephon Diggs, and we still have 2 second-round picks or something, is what one of my friends just said. So that's pretty insane. But yeah, my friends Harry and John are both from here as well, and they were posting about that. It's kind of funny. Sorry guys, I was telling anybody that is in, if you're in shorts for my idea, this is a great spot to trim. If you get a break of 520, a secondary spot to trim would be here at 519.54. And if you get a break of 519.54, you can take the rest of them at 518.85. I said 520 breaks, we can see more blood, last 2 targets, stop loss 521 for everything. News soon though, so please be careful. Cannot stress that enough. So we had one idea kind of invalidate, while have one idea working very well. And it's kind of funny because we did like the opposite on each chart, but they were both essentially doing the same thing, so that was kind of cool. Yeah, it would have been cooler if it all worked. All out. Good job, Mel. Round of applause. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, if you know how to read the levels, you shouldn't be sitting here getting hopium from someone else in chat. Like yes, you should have your levels set, but you should be in a position where you're able to have the same system as some of the best traders in chat. Leland and Mel are 2 people I'm thinking of, but same levels, same system, same timings as Leland. You go into chat and you can see, or sorry, into YouTube chat, and you can see Mel was shorting that as well. Like, guys, they're looking at the same spots as me. You know why? Because it's not the same spot as me. We're all looking at the levels because the levels are what are important. And if you're not marking that, that's all on you. And every time Mel has made a really big gain, do you know what he gives the credit to every single time? The levels. The levels. I mean, yes, he has his own discipline. We have our routines. It takes a lot of time to get into that. But overall, essentially, it's just the levels. If you can at least get that, that is the starting point. If you can at least get an understanding of where you're getting them from, how to get them over and over and over and over again, you should be able to delete your chart. I should ask you to rechart it, and you should be able to get the exact same information, or at least very, 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 very close to it. Because you shouldn't have to have moving, you shouldn't have any moving variables. It should be the exact same. Alright guys, the news should be coming out any second. A Fed speaker is happening now, in 11 minutes from now, and an hour and 11 minutes from now. And Leland. I said Leland. I said Leland first. Ooh. Look at you, VizTex. Ryan's got a really nice post on SPY. Look how clean your chart is, too. It's just so simple. So nice. Nice. Let's see if we get a break of 520. That'd be a good push towards that 519.50 target. A break of 519.50. It's like 55, 54 cents. If it breaks that, that could be a good push towards that. What was the previous day high, previous day close area. But guys, I'm going to start being better about posting my ideas that I go over and stream in the text chat as well. So if you have access to premium or lifetime membership in the Bueller-Leland TA channel, I will continue to be posting ideas and all stuff like that in there. And then in the game plans and levels, I will still be posting my levels. I mean, what the channel says, game plans and levels. I will still be posting all of that in there as well. So if you're someone who just likes to copy the levels and or review your levels to see if they're close, that will still also be getting posted. So don't worry about that. That's like a basic thing for me is at least posting that, because I love seeing the many people reply to me and be like, look, my levels are cents off, look how close I was. And it's funny because those same people that do that, within weeks they're taking one of their first trades, or one of their first real trades I should say, and end up killing it. And if they don't, they're always in good spirits of like, I know what I did, I know what happened, this and that. And that's what the system gives people, is stability and just structure, which I feel like most people just strive for and they don't know it. You know, a lot of you guys have the energy for this stuff. A lot of you guys are smart. It has nothing to do with IQ. It has nothing to do with being intuitive or not. But I just think not enough people are given an actual path or a routine or a route, you know, somewhere to go. You know, it's almost hard to, like in life, you know, what's like the general route for people? It's like, all right, go to school, go get a job. Like, that's it. Right? Well, in trading, it's not like that. There isn't like a set path or a vague path or a vanilla path that we're all aware of or know or understand. Like, that's not a thing. And I think another thing too that I want to start promoting more is like not just reviewing your winners, but y'all need to be reviewing things that don't work out as well. So you understand invalidations as well as validations. Validations, of course, being confirmations that work. Invalidations are confirmations that are telling you, hey, this is not working, flip or get out. You know, it's just a good kind of caution sign. Excuse me. And what was I gonna say? And you quit saying and dumb is such a bad thing to do to yourself. But a really good way of going on about that is just, again, routine. Going over it over and over and over again. Trying to put it into your head to where it never leaves again. It needs to be part of your muscle memory. Like, how many of you guys have played sports or ever done any, like, activity like that? Like, basketball, baseball. I mean, literally any sport. Even the ones that you don't think are real sports. How many of you guys have ever gotten good at a sport or attempted to get good at a sport or just enjoyed a part of a sport? I've been trying to do that much more. A lot of these times I prove I don't have a plan on those. Well, just like in sports and just like in anything really that you have to get, you know, better at or progress with over time. It's the same thing with this. You got to get more reps. You got to get more visuals on what's in front of you. You got to get that muscle memory, right? How is your body or your mind or you or yourself as a person, how are you supposed to react to things at a faster pace? Like if I see a break of a level, right? I think any one of us could be like, oh, that level is breaking. But what do you do from there? That's where I don't think a lot of people understand. Like, it's a lot more than just a level breaking. You're seeing what was a bullish play now invalidate. Is it switching to just straight up bearish and everyone's going to dump the chart? No. But it's definitely uptick that pressure. And I think that's what a lot more of us need to understand is that pressure, the timings of it, when these invalidations happen, the change of tone of price, right? It's not as bullish as it was 5 seconds ago. We just broke the support. So we don't get to think like that anymore. And I think once you understand that and do that over time more and more and more and more and more, I think your muscle memory will also pick up a lot more. Your reaction time will be faster. You'll probably make a lot more. I'm not going to sit here and be like, you're going to make better decisions, but you'll make decisions that you yourself are more conscious of, where you're actually wanting to do those things, not just randomly doing them. So muscle memory, reps over time, routine, like these are things you just need to keep telling yourself. I know they're the boring answers. These are answers people don't want to hear. I don't want to hear them. But it's the truth. It's the truth. Every time I lose money, guess what? It's because I wasn't prepared. Guess what? Every time I lose money, it's because I wasn't focused. I had too much noise. I wasn't actually thinking. You know, whatever it is, it's almost always something on my end, right? And when you take a loss and you're using the system or using your own strategy correctly, it should feel good. It should feel maybe not as good as a win, because I think we all like winning a lot more than losing. But the losing should still feel okay, because it should be something that makes sense. That invalidation I keep telling you all about. Like if I know I'm bullish, right, but this level breaks and it breaks that over 20 minutes, whatever, then that's where I cut. I don't need to be sitting here arguing with, oh, I did this wrong, I did that. No, I'm just sticking to the system. That's it. That was just a good loss. And I want to start seeing more of you guys post that. You know, where are your good losses at? Where are you in a trade and it just didn't work? I think the more you look at that, the better it's going to be. Cricket, volleyball, tennis. Damn, you played college football? Big college or nah? Like a big. I mean, I don't even know how to ask that question, but you know what I mean. I mean, either way, college ball is fucking badass. Especially in the South, man. Like down here in like Texas, man, they raise people to be addicted to football from a very early age. I mean, we got little league here. We got high school football here is as big as some states' NFL football. Like everybody who goes crazy buck wild for some of these NFL teams, that's how like almost every high school is over here. football is like meth over here. It's the addiction. Which I guess it's good to be on that rather than meth, but you know what I mean. Football is fun, man. Football is fun to watch. Do we have any actual football fans in here? Soccer? I know that's a lot larger of a crowd. Which I think it's funny Americans don't realize that. I've always had friends from around the world, so I've always had this like reality of knowing my sports aren't as big as other ones. But it's always funny when you first show Americans just how small our sports are compared to like soccer. Football, another Texas religion. Facts, dude. No, that's facts. Not even joking. The more south you go to, the worse it gets. In terms of like just how much football is everywhere. It's not bad though. What's everyone looking at, by the way? Right now, I'm just kind of like back testing my idea right now. So I'm just watching SPY to see if it pans out and does sell off towards that little higher low of an area at 519.55 or whatever that number was. Which I pretty much got there, so I'm pretty cool with what happened there already. Just watching now. You were a rugby fan? Oh yeah, rugby. That's another thing too. Like, people don't realize how big rugby is. Like, rugby is kind of like pretty popular. Is it as televised? No. But is it as played? Yes. Rugby is definitely played. Pan W, nice. I'll try to keep my eye on Pan W2 VC. I added it to the bottom of my watch list down there. And guys, help me with that too. If you guys see something that's down here that we've been going over, and we need to take off this, tell me. If there's something we need to add to this, tell me. But I'm not gonna add like GameStop. I love light volleyball. What is light volleyball? And light skating. Oh, maybe you're just saying you lightly like or whatever. Volleyball and skating. That's actually... I haven't been skating in a very, 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 very long time. Ice skating or regular rollerblades. But that is definitely fun. I like football. Been a Man U for a while. Manchester United. Another good soccer all around, though, in general. Enjoy good soccer all around. My bad, I read that wrong. Soccer is light. See, I knew I had some soccer fans in here. Some actual football. I've always had my British friends tell me that stuff, too. They're like, yeah, man, I don't know why you guys get so raved about a couple million people watching football. He's like, we have like 1 billion people watching soccer. He should just flex it. It's all good fun, of course. Pretty wild to think about, though. Alright guys, I want you guys to write this in your notes. Let's write this one together. You guys ready? Tell me when you guys have your pencil and paper ready. Or pen and paper, or what, typing notes, whatever you have. Tell me when you have your notes ready. I want to type this one together. Chelsea and Boca Juniors. Oh, Chelsea, yeah. My friends used to joke and be like, we're Liverpool fans, because they were actually from, you know, Liverpool and all that. Ready, ready, ready? Alright, good. Let's get this done with. You guys ready? Here we go. The best. Write that. The best bullish opportunity comes from bearish invalidations. The best bearish opportunity comes from bullish invalidations. Say that one a couple times in your head just to make it make more sense. I know it can be a little bit of a, I don't even know if you would call that an oxy or not, but either way, it's a play on words and it can definitely mess with you if you don't think about it correctly. So just try to read the first one a couple times, then read the second one. But just think about it for a second. The best bullish opportunity comes from a bearish invalidation. and vice versa. The best bearish opportunities are going to be coming from bullish invalidations. What do we mean by that? Also, I think we should start doing a checklist of levels, like, or at least some people need this. Not everyone needs to be doing this, but like we need to have a checklist that's like current day open, previous day high, previous day low, previous day close, previous day open, and like maybe even PMH, PML. It's just like, are we above that or below that? Above it, awesome. 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 Just having a small checklist of what levels are you above, which levels are you under. Therefore, you're aware of what to look around. VC said, like spies right now, bullish. I don't have VWAP on. And it could be good bearish opportunity. Yeah, essentially, though, just looking for when you have a support, if you see a break of that support, and a retest away from that support, regardless of the type, single candle retest, the hidden type, which again is going to be your most popular. A lot of you guys need to, how many of you guys have been practicing that, by the way? How many of you have been practicing the hidden term retest, the hidden retest? How many of you guys still need help on looking at those or identifying them? My bad, Aloha. She said, check out Moderna. Do I have it right here? Oh, I'm literally holding my finger over it. Oh, whoa. What you doing, Moderna? What you doing? Yes, Eric. Dude, you're a real one. He went into chat and posted exactly what we did. Damn, he even wrote the date. Look at this, man. It's a nice looking pin you got there. This looks like one of those pins that has like a glass breaker or something here, or like a light. Like, why do I feel like there's another tool on the end of this pin? Every time you see these, I swear it's like a multi-use pin. Like, there's definitely something on the end of this that does something else. Good hammers in the 15 and 30. Damn, Eric. It's funny, man. You really, like, still in my eyes, at least, haven't even really been here, like, that long compared to how long you others have. And it's funny that you're... It's not funny, it's just cool. It's honorable. That you have such an impact on chat already. Such a quick amount of time. And it's funny, too, because I remember, like, this went from, like... And Eric's still one of those people I want to have. It does break glass. Okay, cool. See, I know my pins, man. When you've been in plumbing that long... I was only in it for, like, 4, almost 5 years. Or 5, almost 6. I can't remember anymore. But when you're in plumbing that long, you see, like, your fair share of pins. Honestly, any construction worker who's in, like, HVAC or electrician or plumbing, you end up seeing, like, 100 different types of pins. And I swear, like, most of them, when they look like that, they have some sort of extra tool on the end, or it just has that look. But man, it was always such a pain in the ass to get a good pin. Alright guys, so we had a nice slowdown. We had a hit of supply. We don't really have a real break of structure. A break of structure would have been kind of a break of this and maybe this as well. But just for fun, let's go from the high to the low of this recent move. Let's go to the 1 minute. And let's just watch it. I just want to watch SPY. We know that we're at a potential invalidation where if they end up rejecting this, this can bring bears into the chart more. We know that if they get back over 520.50s, this can invalidate bears and move up the chart more. Head towards the recent high they fell from, head towards the high of day as well as the level that we had as a potential stop loss earlier. So we'll see what it does there. And yeah, definitely make sure to share the stream link around. This is the second one I had to start up today, so some people are probably mad confused at what we're looking at here. But it would help me out a lot if you guys share it around or remind people, hey, we are still streaming. Ooh, good job, Ryan. See, that's what I want to start seeing more of. What you're doing, like what you, Eric, Misi, what all my major traders doing here. Jack does this. I can't even name all of you because literally all of you do this now. But I want to see more of the newcomers do this too. Like, see how Ryan posted this chart? He doesn't need to type anything. He understands what he's looking at, right? And if he wants to, he can. But then what does he do? He replies to it. And he updates, okay, this is what it looks like now. And this is really good because now he can go back and be like, all right, well, what was it doing here? What was it doing here? What was it doing? And he can go back through the story of what he was posting. That right there is how you grow your... I always said this is how you help your muscle memory more, because at least that helps me. I don't know about you guys. Everyone's going to be different, of course. But I feel like that helps me the most. You've been trying to get better at that? That's good, that's good. I feel like that's just a good, like, routine thing to do every day. I don't even mean it as, like, you should just do this when you want to get better. Like, no, you should be doing that every day. Every time you post, you should be posting like that. I'm gonna grab some orange juice. Alright, I'm back. I had to get some orange juice. All day stream? I'm really not sure. I'm kind of just going with the vibes. I'm really not. I didn't have any plans for today. I feel like I have better streams too when I do that. When I'm not really thinking about, like, alright, make sure you're doing this, make sure you're doing that. Like, just being here and just going over shit, honestly, is the best feeling. Alright, so we've already been looking at Spy. We already talked about this for a while. A lot of typing. Pretty much same talks here on SPX. Really just seeing a reaction of supply. Not really super bearish on this yet, but seeing a reaction of supply, very normal. If you were to get a lower high on these charts of any extent, and any kind of re-break of that, that would be a good second opportunity for downside. Short term, of course, we are still in an uptrend, so don't want to ignore that. IWM, short-term invalidation did happen under 205.75. Really nice move after these Fed speakers started talking. If you go to the SPY chart, go to the daily time frame, go to our swing trade. Oh, I messed up my swing trading chart. Okay, we can delete these. Y'all already wrote these notes. But essentially, and I don't know why I charted this one, but essentially, let me remove this now. Hold up, let's just fix this. And then we will go back to the daily, because we can leave that there. These don't need to be here, though. I don't know why I did that. I was wondering when my levels were all gone. So go back to the daily, price level tools, zoom back in. Really all we saw was just a test of the halfway point between these areas. We could see a nice hammer candle formed, a little bit of a lower open to try to trick some people. If you go to the 5 minute real quick, you can see the only time we really opened in a bearish fashion was under this level, but we took it within the first few minutes of today. Let's go to the 1 minute and see exactly how long it took. Yeah, 2 minutes. So for 1 minute, maybe a minute and a half, maybe a minute and 15 seconds for all I know, we were under a bearish level. But then we retook it, we held it. And just like we were talking about with our notes, what is the best bullish opportunity? A bearish invalidation. What was the validation for them? Being under 517.80s. What was the invalidation? Crossing back beyond that, right? And then everything else was just like kind of an added on confirmation. So they retook that, they retook previous day close, retook previous day highs, hit the 520 area, have now retaken that as well. And yes, there was news and stuff, so that's going to be a big effect, but it's still nice to go over the levels and what was actually broken and what wasn't. Therefore, you can go off of actual variables, not just, oh, I think it does this, or I feel like it will do this. No, you don't want to do feeling or any of that crap. Let's pop 521. What's up, Carnage? How you doing, man? But that is the breakdown on the bigger time frames. Looks like I need to fix my chart though, because it looks like oh no, actually I don't have to do anything. Never mind. I mean, I'll have to clean it up after today, but it's done everything I've been looking at though, so that's good. One thing I wish I would have done was draw the halfway point. Oh, I did. Never mind. Oh wait, no, I didn't. From yesterday. So go back to the daily on the day trading chart. Go to the previous day. Go from the low to the high. And then go to that orange level. And mark you a level there. Edit it. And make it dotted in orange so you remember that it's a halfway point. It's not a normal level. It is a halfway point of a previous day. And you'll actually go to that. Let's just backtest that. Same thing. Yeah. We were only under it for like a minute. Yeah, they opened under even that level. So, I mean, there was really nothing stopping you from being bullish today. And now, you could say, well, I don't like trading news. Okay, I got you on that one. That one makes sense. But, like, look at this, though. Like, just zoom in. So these are the day trading levels. Not looking at that other chart anymore. So they retook it here, right? Okay, whatever. Just a nice impulse move. But look what they did from 836 all the way to 859. They just held support the whole time. After what looked like a really bad start for them. And I'm kind of interested now, but from this close to this open, where are they at? And look at that. They're even holding that fit. Like, there's just so many things screaming, look, we're trying to hold. So if you just highlight all of that together, that's where the control is, right? So if bears want to take over, they got to break this. They have to control this. If bulls want this, they have to break this. They have to hold this. They have to control this. And that's where the news came from. It's funny, man. Sometimes you backtest and even news jumps from good levels, from good areas, not just random, you know? Like, yeah, it sucks that it was news related, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, but at least it's leaving good areas you're already looking at. I mean, that is scary accurate. Look at these levels today. I was gonna say accurate, and then I typed on point. I don't know what the fuck. Kind of sucks news is leading most of this movement, but still nice to see the levels holding up. You can see there's a lower high clearly under 520.97. Good break of structure right here, so we'll see, does the structure break continue under 519.50s, or do we end up holding and ranging here? Who's all still alive in the stream? Throw an emoji up if you don't feel like typing a bunch. Just seeing who's still alive, who's still awake, who's still kicking. The pal. Good job, Leland. Honestly, your sleep in strat turned into like kind of an actual like feasible route for taking trades like that. Like like you give yourself time for that trade to even be possible, you know? For it to rally up, base, consolidate, break, consolidation. Dude, insane move, Leland. Great job. That's not an actual strat, by the way, guys. That was just good timing. But it's just funny. I think he's done that a couple times now. but it's because he's giving himself like a really good amount of time before the trade even pops up. Also, probably a good thing to probably stop yourself from taking trades you wouldn't normally want to take. Trying to be consistent and sleep in every day, legend. And yeah, I gotta do my video for the other server. Which, when I say other server, guys, you guys will get everything I post. I'm just trying to keep it in one spot so I can remind myself. But lately, I've been posting I posted 2 examples so people understand like how they should be posting, like what they should be posting. But if you guys want to, you can post your trade reviews either in the side server if you're just someone who knows us from the outside and you're just here to learn. If you're someone who's there in the main server, post in result and review. And I'll be going through the last couple days to see the best and the worst. Really just the most constructive post is what I'm looking for. It's really not based on results. I'm not really looking for like just winners or just losers. I'm going to be looking for trade reviews that I think can teach us all something. I don't think it's going to be, you know, anything that's like, oh, this will make you rich. Like, no, nothing like that. But I think it'll be great for other people to see not just my point of view, but to also see the point of view of the traders. And I don't want to say under me, the people around me, the traders around me in the group, for anybody who's trying, you know. So I want to do that. I feel like that's going to be a cool series. So every Wednesday, what days did I say? What days did I promise everybody? Wednesday and Sunday. So if you post Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you'll probably make it into this video. If it's a trade review I want to add in there. And guys, remember, there's like 100+ reviews I'm going to be looking at. So if you don't make it in there, don't be mad about that. You'll make it in eventually. And then Sunday. So whatever reviews happen from anything, maybe from late Wednesday or Thursday or Friday or anything over the weekend, I'll be going over that in the Sunday video. So it's just a bunch of trade reviews and just going over stuff. But I gave everybody a channel to post into. If you go to the top, you'll see I even gave a template. I gave a recorded session here for anybody who wants to look at those just for extra practice or extra review. I gave a routine, typed it all out myself. Trading strats, make sure you're going through this, not just trading random crap. And yeah, that's kind of it. You can't sit here and tell me my levels suck and then you see news come out and you look, I mean, look at this. Look where it caught support. Like, yeah, is it going to rally from here? We don't know. It could. It could end up rejecting this, flushing back under that. But for this moment, we now know the buyers are definitely present where they were present before. And that's what matters. Levels don't work. We all know it's luck. You just guessed when you drew that line. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you're kind of on it. You're kind of on it, man. I did forget to tell you guys I'm insane at guessing. If I was in a trade right now, I'd be feeling years of my life being shaved. Jesus. That was pretty cool though. Like I started streaming, I went over a couple things, and I posted that one short risk reward idea. And then like right after that, Leland started posting. Right after that, Mel started posting, and it just shows like everybody who looks at the system is seeing it how it should be seen. You know, look at this level, look at that level. When you're making a low or high under this level, you have higher risk reward for shorts. If you're a high or low above this certain level, above today's open, blah blah blah, you know, you have a higher probability of, you know, bullish confirmation or bullish continuation. It's really nice. And thank you to everybody who showed up here. I know we started the stream late after majority of the news is already done, and we've just kind of been sitting here going over stuff really, but we had a couple ideas in here. We kind of went over a bunch of stuff, so at least we got to do something. But also speaks really to y'all's strength. Like, there's still almost 40 people in here, and that's kind of nuts because it's noon on a day that has news. Where I feel like before, this maybe would have deterred a lot of you even more so. So it's nice to see you guys. If you're not taking risks, I'm not even talking about sitting here taking trades. I just mean being here and getting reps in to view the chart, to see what's going on as it's happening. That's as good as a rep when you're learning. So really just giving you guys props for being here and reviewing on your own. It can be a pain in the ass to actually get up and review all this stuff. Every day, every week, every month. All year round. But getting those reps in, man, that seriously is so important in the beginning. It is so crucial. It doesn't just give you like a path, it gives you comfortability, you know, give you room to grow. Gotta stretch your legs. I said that, then I wanted to stretch mine. Yeah, I just had to stand up. That was nice. It was nice. Yo, Leland, is there a way, and correct me if I'm wrong, is there a way to put a 9 EMA on this chart, but it's not displaying it like let's say I'm on the 1 minute. Can I get it to display like a 5 minute 9 EMA? Does that make sense? Like if I'm on the 1 day 1 minute, would the 1 day 5 minute or 2 day 5 minute be different since it's taking account to extra info? Or different info, I should say. It's all the same, but different because of the time frame. Or like the daily. I mean, I think you did it with the daily, but remind me in a few hours. Okay, cool. I think I high key want to here. Wait, let me back test real quick what I want to do. Don't do anything yet. Let me let's tinker for a second. I used to use the 5 minute. I don't know. I don't want to use the 5 minute though. High key, I kind of want to use like the 10 or the 15 minute. It's also hard because you're like, well, how do I back test this? Like, do I draw a line here and then go to the 1 minute and look at it? Like, no, it's not gonna look like that. Like, it's a little different. So you can't like test it that way. Just kind of viewing which EMA you like the most. Let's see, what is the 10 minute? What's the in between? Probably do the 5. Yeah, probably the 5 minute. All right, yeah, that's what I'll ask then. That would be kind of cool. Have like the daily 9 EMA and the 5 minute 9 EMA on your chart when you're on the 1 minute, because the 1 minute's what you're gonna want to be on for like quick scalps and stuff. But man, that'd be so cool to have like your EMA, because I'm sure the 5 minute 9 EMA was probably like this to some extent, where it's just like got lost here, and then it probably got lost here again. So it's probably hard to follow it, but on continuation trades, I could see that being useful. Like if you're already in a trade, you've already taken profits, you're looking for another drop. Like let's say like it rejects here and then continues. That would be cool to keep on, because then it would probably keep you in the right side of the trade for longer. I wouldn't say for the full position somebody should try that, but for the second half or even just the end of their position, that would be pretty cool. Might have to try that out. Yo, Eli Lilly, you can... I'm probably going to delete this off my chart now. Off my watch list. This thing is pretty annoying to follow, I'm not going to lie. Respect to anybody who follows healthcare tickers, man. I swear, that has got to be like the weirdest sector to follow. Like energy, alright, that one I can get. Like that one makes sense. But anybody who actively calls out like decent analysis on healthcare tickers, they're insane. They're amazing. God, I still can't get over that Ulta drop. Aloha mentioned earlier, but it's still mind blowing. I need to post this on the bot real quick. What was the other idea I shared? I need to also update that one because I had one that didn't work out. Yeah, there's UPS. Where's the other one? Oh, Moderna. Yeah, this one I was completely wrong on. The Moderna idea, on the other hand, not so pretty. Within 1 day after my post, the bears invalidated that idea after the loss of the 50% fib and golden pocket fib that was posted. Yeah, that one didn't work out at all. Literally, I posted. I even waited for this day. I posted this day and I was like, this is looking good. Actually holding the fib I wanted. It's got a good higher open, like looking great. Then it just dumped. So that was one bad idea. But we had invalidations. I never post an idea without having like, hey, if it does this, it can flip bearish. Hey, if it does this, it can flip more bearish. And that's what it's done. It flipped bearish short term. Then it was like, you know what? We're not losing it this time. We're gonna keep going. And here they are, back at just under 100. That's nuts. But then on the other hand, I also posted one of the few tickers that are super green over the last few days, UPS. So I found this from Daffy and a couple other people in chat who've been posting UPS, but a lot of people were posting the first couple rallies. I'd kind of missed out on it, and I was looking back at this. I saw the big dump. I was like, damn, nice. Got an inside bar, positive print. I like that. I'm just going to wait on the next candle to tell me what's up. So from this day, I was saying, guys, that it got a good inside bar break. It broke above this and held. So your main focus is that it holds the high of that day. Here, I'll draw an actual level from the high of this day. And you can see I posted the idea this day. They came back down, so literally, just like Moderna, like instantly trying to prove me wrong. Except this one didn't break anything. So I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to mention it. We're just going to stay in it. Next day, pretty much retaliates, destroys that day. Today, again, kind of following up on that. And actually, not just hitting resistance, but surpassing the next level above at 150.91. So, really good movement. They're actually close to 152 still. So, really, really good push by UPS. Glad I could post at least one working idea when everything was kind of just meh. Of course, a lot of gaps these past couple weeks, but that just tends to happen with the news, so I wouldn't try to stress about it too much. Yeah, Alexis, that's why I give so much respect to you, man, because like I know the healthcare can be, I'm not going to say it's difficult, but if you know how sectors work and how patterns are working and the timing of things, you'll soon to understand that the healthcare sector is rather difficult. Can it be traded? Yes, just like any other sector. I just believe it is a little bit more difficult, and if anybody does actively chart them, they're a beast. They're a beast, no matter who they are. And why does QCon look so damn good? I was gonna say this is identical to this actually. This is like different positioning, but very identical. Very powerful move both times. Right, I'm gonna delete that one. That one's clean. Positioning's a little weird for that one, I won't lie, but those are definitely hammers. And they're holding at the bottom of that. And then they have a higher low with today's low. Honestly, this looks like, which one am I thinking of? Am I thinking of AVGO? Avgo? Hold up, I'll find it. Oh, it's right here. It's this one. So it kind of reminds me of a lot larger of a chart, don't get me wrong, but the concept is the same. It has like the rally, but see how this high is higher than this candle, but then it rallied anyway. It's because there was a hammer, or not hammers, but you know what I mean. You got that kind of like just dissolving kind of setup, and then a bullish kicker steps right in. So it's like they get the retest, they get a little bit of a move, another kind of like buffer, and this is like a kickoff in football, and then this is like the release of the football in the air. Like this was like them kicking it, and then the next day opens and we're like over here, which I think this was over the weekend too. No, it wasn't. It was the 18th to 19th. Never mind. Shut up, Josh. But that reminds me of that same thing. What were we just looking at? Google. Google kind of has that. Now, don't get me wrong though. This is a lot smaller. It's a lot tighter, close together, compared to like AVGO, where you saw it was like over the course of weeks that it did this, and then it had that move that went higher. But it has that same effect where it's like it rallied, it slowed down, and then from that slowdown, it's technically held a higher low and it's held a higher high now. Inside of this range, it's just looking for that breakout. So you're either about to get a breakout or a rejection of this recent high. But at least you know pretty much the entire focus is this day's high. So you can actually go back down to the 5 minute and hold up, just for easy for yourself. Mark this, like, you know, put an X on it, like, so you remember, oh, it's this day when I go down to the 5 minute. Oh, it's this one, you know, so you easily remember. But where's your hive day? Right here. Previous day close, and we don't really have like a red or you know, like a green candle with a reversal behind it to follow. At the time, it was this high, and you probably would have marked this candle's open, and just all of that would have been seen as a rejection. But if you were to tighten it up to this point because a new high was made, I don't think I'd blame you. So it's really personal preference on that one. But you need at least the previous day high and previous day close, or that day's high and close. But if you do end up, where are those levels at? If you do end up adding this, be my guest. But this is essentially what you're dealing with. But it looks like that could be a good play to break over 155-ish, or 154.78, 154.80. We're actually looking at it at the right time. But just remember, we got our previous day close nearby. We got our high right here. So it's almost like you have like one breakout level and like a zone really, really close to it. And if you can get past that, that can be the continuation. Now you're good. But I did cover that. You can go back and watch it. It's not, I didn't take that long to go over it. I was just using the bigger time frame, and I went over AVGO because it reminded me of the Google setup you have here. It's just a lot different at the same time. Like, it's the same exact concept, but a lot tighter together, a lot faster paced. Will thanks has been on watch today to see reactions. Okay, good. Good pattern recognition, by the way, Carter. I didn't even give you that. Good job seeing the right patterns. I love when I see you guys calling out patterns and they're correct. I'm really happy to see that. Just got back from the gym. Good to see you, Maddie Clams. How you doing, man? How was your gym sesh? Jesus, I can't speak today. Killer legs are dead. Hey, I get that means you did it. Means you did it right. Where's my phone? There it is. Man, I don't know what it is when I see you guys type that stuff when he's like Earl G said previous day high, my eyes locked on to that part of the sentence. Like when it said above previous day high, my eyes just locked onto that. PayPal holding above previous day high. I even have PayPal on this list. Probably not. Let's go ahead and add it because why not? They open like way down here. They actually didn't even open that bad compared to everything else. They actually opened up at a pretty good spot of the chart. Let's see. Do I even have this charted? Whoa. Oh yeah, we got PayPal charted. That one's not. Oh, okay, this is the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, we probably could chart this. I'm pretty bullish long term on PayPal. There's a pretty large crowd that seems to be bearish, even though I have no clue why. Regardless of trend, regardless of what you think is cool or not, PayPal is actually the largest payment processing company in the world. They have 45% market share. 45% market share of every payment that gets processed. They do 45% of them in the world. So even if they are like fumbling the bag, as some kids may say, it's kind of hard to fumble a bag in which you're literally running half of the world's payment processing. So it's almost like forced profits. Just a little teaser there. Which is funny too, because it even says right here, the 5 leading payment processing companies, PayPal, Global Payments, Adyen, Fiserv, and Stripe, have more than 50% of the global market. So of the global market, they have 45% of that 50%. So that means they basically run like a quarter of the world, of the world's payment processing. Like 20, what is that, 22%? It's not like you don't have to like PayPal. I'm not even sitting here saying like, the app is so good. I love the UI. I love how the app works. I hate the app. I hate getting on PayPal. It sucks. But guess what? It's integrated. It's used, whether you like it or not. It's integrated very heavily. I love PayPal. It's a great long term. Also, like, it's kind of like a no-brainer right here. Like, for risk, long term, no-brainer. And when I say long term, I mean like months, years, like 3-4 years. You can look back at this, and this should be back at like 120s. I'm saying by 2027, 2028, we're in the 120s or 140s again on PayPal. And that's just my personal opinion. I am not a financial advisor. I am no market guru. I'm not a genius. I'm nothing like that. I'm not rich. I don't make $1 billion every week I trade. I don't do that stuff. But I do believe in PayPal going back to the 120s and being in the triple digits. But I say it in a timely manner. You got people in here saying by next year we'll be in this level. I'm telling you guys in the next like 2, 3, maybe 4 years we're at those levels. So if it happens faster than that, cool. But I just don't see the point in buying leaps. I think that's a waste of money. And I'm not making fun of anybody, but there was a lot of people who bought leaps like pretty much as soon as this fell. You know, I think I even bought into it and bought one and like instantly realized my mistake. But I just kept seeing it every dip, every dip, every dip, every dip. If you bought leaps at every fucking dip, you'd be down so bad right now. I don't care what leaps you have. And even if they did recover, is all that time wasted really worth that risk? No. Been working on the 30-minute time frame more since seeing it in your videos. You can find some really nice levels. Yeah, it's part of the old system. Like the old system when I first started charting was like go to the weekly, go to the monthly, go to the daily, do all that. And then you could go to the 30-minute as like a last minute thing to do. And it would end up giving you like you said, really nice levels. Like, and it's not really saying mark anything new. Like you should have most of these levels drawn already from your emerging candles, your halfway points, any previous day halfway points, or any 5-minute supply or 5-minute demand of previous day high or low. Like that's all marked, right? And that's a lot of information. But it coincides so well together. And yeah, the 30-minute sometimes, like if you just want to have like a naked chart, this is honestly a pretty clean chart to just leave up on your screen. Because it gives good patterns too. Like look right here. Do you guys see this? This is like probably one of the most powerful signals ever. So we have a low and a high on this candle right here. You get an inside bar. Hold up, I'm gonna try to draw B. An inside bar. And then you get a break of the inside bar to the upside. So that means after an hour and a half, 90 minutes, you got bullish confirmation. From open, bullish confirmation that buyers are trying to work back up. So what are they working up to? Well, from here we got previous day close. If they can get past that, which they do over the course of another 60 minutes, over another 60 minutes, we're looking for previous day open. So here, so this would be second target. This would be first target. This would be probably near third target, but you'd probably include this level and just kind of have like a zone here as the whole thing. And you can see even just how that worked. Like we rallied into one, rallied into the next, rallied into this area, slowed down. See how we reacted from that high to that level right here? We're reacting to it. So like even if you just tell the story of the chart on this time frame, like it's very helpful. Look where we're launching from. It's from that area. I didn't even mean to do that. But it's just cool to look at that stuff. Oh god. keep telling people that PayPal is a good long-term hold because of that. I've noticed 30-minute levels can pop up a lot when I randomly see price stop between the levels, between two levels, and I haven't charted the 30-minute yet. Oh, okay, okay. I see what you're saying. It's freaky, man. I told you, like, halfway points, they exist everywhere. Like, anytime you have two pieces of important information, I almost I'm not going to say I promise you, but I almost promise you that there is almost always an important pivot point in between that. Like, math, I swear, man, math, it's crazy. If you take 0 and 100, right, that's my whole charts range. Charts range, jeez, I can't speak. 50 is a level. 25 is a level. 75 is a level. Like, these are common psychological areas, not just for people, but also computers. Computers are literally calculated to look for these things. So halfway points, quarter points, 3/4 point, this is all normal. Like, that's natural, because it's a good way of scaling in kind of thought process. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what I said. But yeah, halfway points, man, I swear, it doesn't matter even what. It could be a different strategy. You know, I could be talking about whatever, like, what other strategies out there, like the strat, with, like, the number. I mean, that's just price action. I can't really say that's different. It's the same thing as what we use. But just anything you think of. Like, if you could find a system, any other new strategy that's out there, go and mark halfway points. Like, it doesn't matter what you use. Halfway points are a thing. They're everywhere. It's so weird. But we got to respect what we notice. We got to respect and remember what we've backtracked, what we've reviewed, what we've backtested. We have context through reviews that all that information tells us that, yes, halfway points are effective. They are useful. We can trust them. You shouldn't be sitting here saying, should I trust these or not? And if you are, that means you haven't looked at them enough or haven't backtested a certain part of your system enough. Which, honestly, that's my reaction. If I ever have a bad day, like, if I lose money, like, I'm going to go stream. I'm going to go make a video. I'm going to go make something. I'm going to go do something that exerts my energy in a way that makes me remember, hey, you messed up. You made this mistake. Go review it. Remember this forever. Try not to make this mistake again. Or try your best to be far away from making that mistake again, you know? Yep, been incorporating that as well. Good, good. Good. Trying to sound like the Sith. Good. What's up, though? What's everyone been up to in real life? You guys been... What do y'all do when you go chill? What do you do when you have some downtime? You go watch a movie, you go watch a show, watch some anime, you go play a video game, get some food. I don't know, what does everyone do when they go chill? Hang tight with the family. Sounds like a good time. You have a large family, or is it your wife and kids? Or is it like... I don't know what I'm asking. Ryan said, anime, reading, chilling with friend. Nice, man. What you been reading lately? And second question, what animes? Wife and kids. Nice, VC. Nice, man. I'm happy for you, man. For real. I'm glad you enjoy hanging tight with your own family. Not many people... I feel like not many people take that into, like, account with, like, trading, too. Like, it's so nice having everything at your house working right. Like, everything flowing right, I should say. Misi said the beach. Ooh. What beach do you... Or I guess I shouldn't ask that for location purposes, but, Are there beaches near you, or do you have to travel, like, a decent amount of time to get to one, or are they just all around you? I was about to be like, what beach do you go to? That'd be a little creepy. Oh, that's right. You're in Florida. I guess I should have remembered that. I'm in Florida. Live about 10 to 15 minutes from the closest one. Yeah, she's probably all around there. Also like to rollerblade. Ooh, that sounds like a lot of fun. I'm reading Untethered Soul right now. Interesting book about consciousness. Ooh, getting deep with it. Watching Solo Leveling, Goblin Slayer, and Okay, so I'm actually waiting to watch Solo Leveling, and then the third one I want to watch as well. But I don't know what the second one is. But I have not seen any of those. I'm aware of the first and third one, though. I'm going to probably watch those soon. I was waiting for Solo Leveling to finish so I could, like, actually... I'm not one to watch it episode. Like, I gotta wait till it's all out, and then I can go watch it. I can't. I gotta binge watch it. I'm one of those weird people. Feels like today is not a bear day. I would agree. They've had some nice lower highs once they've made it into here. So they've definitely... Bulls have definitely struggled once they got here. But you cannot deny the amazing holds here after such aggressive pullback. Like this one, very aggressive news related. This one, pretty nice. Not going to lie. Very nice pullback. I like that one a lot. Sucks no continuation. But that was a very quick move. And you could see instantly, even on the 5 minute, the 1 minute, you know, they fought to hold this area. So we should not ignore the fact they're trying to hold the support. Now, should we expect this big-ass reaction to happen within 1 minute? No, no, no. Never. But we have to understand buyers are definitely present in this highlighted area here. Let's go back to IWM. I was really interested in that to see if it was going to keep working. Looks like they broke that again. Still struggling. They're still struggling ever since they got over. Oh, I mean, I don't mind. I don't mind. Jeez, I can't speak. I'm like losing my voice. I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't mind. I feel like I was about to do like a dubstep beat there. He says, I know you don't like patterns, but IWM looks like an ascending triangle. And you're right. I don't like patterns, but there's a way of talking about them. Like there's the right way to post about patterns and there's the wrong way to post about patterns. And maybe I should have made a more clear stance on that. You can still look at these patterns. They're great. You can even look in my Discord server. I literally have... all of these saved in here. Rounding bottoms, 3 bars, 4 bars, cup and handles, like anything you think of, we have it in here. because there is a right. Holy shit, we have a lot. Right. Wow, I scrolled right to it. But they all have this effect where people are more focused on seeing that this is called an ascent. Like, my problem is that people will look at this and be like, "Oh, ascending triangle, he's bullish." They don't read the rest of it. They're like, "Okay, ignore everything else." The main thing you're looking at is there's a flat resistance, and that there's a higher low, a bunch of higher lows. Why does that say lower highs? He meant to put higher lows. I don't know why that says that, but it's clear as day these are higher lows. And then it breaks out, it does the retest and stuff. Like, this is what it should look like. Yes, but what happens when it doesn't go up, though, and it breaks down? How do you react? Like, that's what gets me, is that people don't know how to react when it fails. So, like, let's say you have a... Here's your ascending, right? And let's say here's price. It's going up. Here's your higher lows. Jesus, I can't draw. So just like that picture, right? A horrible drawing, by the way, but just picture that it perfectly fits in there. Like, let's say it doesn't do this, though. Let's say it fails. You know, let's say this isn't a scenario that happens. Let's say it rejects this, hits this support, rejects that, breaks under. Where are you going? You need to be aiming for the supports. The hills. It's all about the highs and the lows. It's all about the highs and the lows. The highs, the lows, the highs, the lows. That's all it's about. So if you're going to look at patterns, definitely just focus on the highs and lows, because that is a consistent variable. You saying ascending triangle, all that tells me is that I have higher lows and a flat resistance top. Other people see that and they're like, "Oh my god, I'm buying calls. Thank you for telling me that." You know, and that's the bad way of thinking about it. And I know most of the people in my chat understand this, because I get onto everyone so much, and I'm so aggressive against this. I have such a strong stance against vague patterns. But that is why. I mean, it's not like I have an unjustified reason. Like, no, there's a real reason why I don't like them. But there's a right way to post them. So maybe I should have been more clear on my stance. But yes, you can trade patterns. You can do them all you want. But please, for the love of anything that's good in this world, please use candlestick patterns within that pattern that you're looking at. Please focus on the highs and the lows. Track where are your higher lows at. Track where are your lower highs at. Track everything right there, because those are consistent variables that you can follow. But yeah, no. I need to remember to cut... Someone needs to cut that part out of the stream. That needs to be reposted, because that's crucial. Like, patterns are great. Holding previous day high nicely. 9 EMA daily. Oh my god, I love that you just said that. 206.50. Okay, so probably... which we call... A lot of people... You'll see people, Ryan, call this like a mean reversion or a reversion. But this is just like when price moves away too far from the 9 EMA on the daily, it works back towards it. So that's a very good thing you just mentioned. Can we take a trade off of that? No, probably not. But now we know, okay, this is probably what they're working towards. I know what you mean. People automatically think because it's ascending, it's bullish, but it can break out either way. Yeah, we definitely have talked about this before. It's good to talk about, though. It's good to, like, understand why we have such a strong stance on something, like reminding yourself. Therefore, you never, like, you know, you never move off of it. You never change. Lee then said, "Is it an ascending triangle or a rising wedge? The world will never know." And that's my point, like, right there, too, like, names. And that's another thing across candlestick patterns, even. Is names, but it's not really anyone's fault. It's not like people came in and changed the names of everything. Like, no, generation after generation, the names of these things have different names. Like, there's all kinds of different names for all different types of candlestick patterns and different vague chart patterns. So that's another thing, is like just how people speak about it too. It can be a little confusing. It's kind of funny though to think about it. Once you like realize that, you're like, oh wait, these guys aren't dumb. They just are calling it something different than I call it. You know, it's like, okay. Which you should never call anyone dumb just because they have a different opinion than you. But you know what I meant. But fibs, there is a wrong way to draw fibs. Don't ever let anybody tell you that. Anytime you see me draw a backwards fib, I will tell you, because I'm drawing it for the extensions of the retest. So it's not a backwards fib. I'm literally drawing future targets ahead of like a high or a low of price, right? But I swear, lately I've been seeing a lot of people posting upside down fibs, and that is a no-no. Sometimes it works for them and they think it's part of their system, but I'm not joking. You go back test that through 100 trades or 100 breakdowns, man, you'll be surprised by the win rate, I guess you could call it, or loss rate, I should say. But yeah, fibs you can definitely draw the wrong way. What am I reading? Oh, this is the old one. I remember this now. Huh. Okay then. Fuck. Because this shows like how people are like, oh, that's bullish, but then it does that. Like, oh, this is bullish, but it does that. Oh, this is bearish, but then it does that. Or this. Head and shoulders puts. Oh, expiration day. God, that is a really good image. That's funny. Alright guys, well I think I'm going to go record that video for the other server. I hate to cut the stream out right here too, because I really feel like you're about to start getting a really good move. We still have lower highs right here. We really haven't dealt with this pressure of this big large red candle yet. We've really just recovered some of it. So I still think you get a dip towards the end of the day, but what I don't know is that I don't know if you're going to get a break of 519.49. I don't think you're going to get a break of this, but who knows? What do I know? But it looks like it wants to make a lower high and head back into this area, so I think that at least is much possible. We do have a little bit more time in the day. You have a little bit over 2 hours left in the day, so be very careful about that. 2 hours and like 20 minutes. But guys, I'm going to end the stream here. Thank you guys seriously for everything. Ascending triangle broke down how I write. Yeah, exactly. That's funny. But guys, thank you again for this stream. I'm not really sorry for starting it late. This was kind of intended because, you know, I don't really like watching news markets. But we got to talk about a lot of really cool things in here. We got to talk about really a lot. I mean, we talked about patterns, different charts, daily time frame stuff. So I really hope some of this stuff is helpful. I hope some of you guys are just seeing this as like us going over it again. I'm not really speaking at any of you. I'm more speaking with you. We're all part of the same system. I'm as much learning this system and trying to grow with it as much as you are. It's not like one of you guys are in here and you're just behind all of us. Like, no, I mean, there's just people who gather momentum and carry on with it. There's people who have rough patches. There's people who just can't seem to get anything down. You know, you're just having a really hard time, and maybe you just take a lot longer. You know, so really don't beat yourself up. Everybody is learning. I'm learning. Everybody in here makes money. Everybody in here loses money. It's not like anybody is in here giving false promises. Like, literally everybody in this chat has lost money before. I don't want anyone to think otherwise. Like, we take bad trades all the time. We take trades that were good setups and don't work all the time. You know, that happens. Sometimes a good setup fails. Sometimes we are just being emotional and over trading, and we need to review every trade because of that. But seriously, guys, thank you again for an amazing stream. Thank you for being you. Thank you for having the community the way it is. It's an amazing thing to be able to have a real resource, like the chat. Like, it's crazy that you can come in here and just talk to anybody and see what's going on with them, or seeing what's going on with the trades, and just all the different uses of the different channels, the different pinned messages over the long amount of time this server has existed. It's really cool. I would seriously take your time to go through this stuff and just see what you're looking for. You know, see where you can find your fit. Dig into it. You know, once you start getting your momentum, dig into that direction. Don't stray away from it. If you know you suck at open range 40% entry breakouts, stop taking them. Focus on the retest trades. Focus on the trades that are more fun to identify, the ones that have more comfortable setups. There's no reason to step away or stray away from the system unless you are getting emotional. And I know that's a fact for me. I know that every time I lose money, every time I lose trades, every time I make stupid mistakes, it's because I'm stepping away from the system. And it's funny because in hindsight, you'll always be able to instantly tell what you did wrong. Why is that? Because you do understand your system, but you're just choosing to step away from it. So you are smart. You do understand your system. You're not dumb. You understand everything about your system if you're able to identify where you fucked up instantly. That's not you being Captain Hindsight. That's you understanding your system and being able to identify where things went wrong, where things turned ugly. So please use that to your advantage. Start to understand the remedies of your mistakes. Start to understand where you're going wrong, what you're doing when things are going wrong. What are you doing to trigger these things, or what's being triggered for something to happen? You know, are you oversized? Is that like, seriously, back test yourself. Really is what you're doing. But sorry for the end of stream rant. I will see you guys later on. Thank you guys again. Love you all. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's stream.